Roll call.
Travis.
Ray.
Christine.
Batra.
Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Comments of interest to declare at this time? Okay,
I don't have any.
I don't have any. The approval of the April 6th, 2026 agenda, I do need to make, just two changes to the agenda as it's written. One, we have Randy here that's going to, give a proposal to the board. There's no decision to be made this evening, so Randy, I'm gonna put you just right after we approve the March 11 minutes, and then that way you don't have to hang around if you don't choose to. So I'm gonna make the change that we, I'm gonna put Randy in before the committee reports, and then, under new business, I had the resolution for the, to open the platted rights of way for the truck route. That's old business, so that resolution will be read under old business, under item 16, proposal to open First Cedar and Poplar Streets, so those are the two changes.
I move to approve the amended agenda for April 6, 2026.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, approval of the March 2nd, 2026 meeting minutes. The first, publication I sent over to the newspaper had an incorrect date on it, so I did
Okay.
resend that back over to the newspaper as a corrected copy. So if you see the minutes around town and it has corrected copy, that's what happened. It had an incorrect date in the publication. The meetings have since been corrected.
I move to approve the March 2nd, 2026 minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Okay, approval of the March 11th, 2026, meeting minutes.
I move to approve the March 11, 2026 meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, and motion carries. Alright, so Randy, you are, Randy wants to, speak to the board about the lease of the property up behind the Rodas. You don't have to stand or anything.
Okay.
If I had coffee, I'd offer you some.
Well, here's kind of what I was looking at, and I had kind of heard that Rhoda was not paying lease, and that you guys might put it up for lease. If you did, I would be interested in leasing it, and I'd probably just let Rhoda go ahead and run her horses there anyways. That part doesn't really bother me so much. But what I would propose to offer to you guys is kind of to the northeast there, coming off the water tower, where that one draw comes down. It would be real easy. I've got that little Mini X and I've got that little cat of Steve Simpson's, and we could put a road right down through there. You'd have to come back in behind the schoolhouse, and Rhoda would, she might not like that because it moved some of where she runs her horses, but that would be up to you guys. But you guys do own that, and then like a lot of times I'll kind of grumble when you're coming through our cattle or coming through the gate for your access to the water tower, depending on how muddy it is and what's going on, and if you guys need it, you know. Gate was left open a couple times in the past, and kind of. But I was gonna say I would pay the lease, and then Rhoda can, as far as I'm concerned, I don't, you know, she can keep her horses.
Well, what are we talking about acres wise, Randy? You just,
Oh,
couple 3 acres? Is that, is that?
yeah, I don't even know what's there. I don't.
Okay, all right, but it's not a big issue. I mean, it's, okay.
No, you know, like I say, as far as that, I just, if you guys wanted that road back around that other way and coming down in there, and then that'll give you guys, and it'd actually be a better road than the road you got going in there now.
Yeah.
And,
Randy,
just-
if you don't mind me asking a question, is that kind of going by the well, or is it gonna go around the hill? I mean, kind of, if you don't mind.
It'd be like on the back side there,
Uh-huh.
and there's kind of a little draw, and you can slope around. to kind of keep that at grade real nice, and you'd just come around and you'd come in kind of right between the schoolhouse and where the arena
It's
used
on
to
the
sit.
west side of the above ground tank.
Yep.
If you look at that hillside, you know, it looks like you could just kind of have access right up there.
Yeah.
This is, on the west side, that would be this side.
All right here.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, where is her property line versus the property line that the city owns?
So, there's a road, Main Street goes all the way up through there, and then, at the end of Main Street, that's our property. So, just the backside, looks like kinda her backyard, where the old rodeo grounds were.
No,
That's
yeah,
our
but
property.
like, where you would put the road, is that even on her property?
No,
No, that's our property.
So it doesn't
And
really
it's not-
matter if she cares if you guys go up around there or not, or if we put a road, right?
So, it would just be, what Randy would do would just provide us access to the tanks, is what basically he's doing. It won't have a name, it won't be platted, it's just kind of an access point from coming up Main Street to the pump house, and then you're able to just
So-
make your way
Well,
up.
Well, that's
to-
what I
Right.
mean, like, there's no,
well, as long as Rhoda has that lease, she kind of, you
Yeah.
really don't have the
And
right
she doesn't
to.
have the lease right now, so as
Okay.
soon as
Yeah.
Randy has the lease, or if that's what we choose to do, then he can use that, his equipment to do that,
You
if
know,
that's
I-
what the
yeah,
town
right.
agrees.
A lot of that would be on the town's property that I'm doing,
Exactly.
but as long as the town approves it.
yeah.
Are you talking like to the east of the well,
Or to
Right
the
where
east,
that
that's
gate-
right, Todd.
Yeah, that was-
where the
That's
gate,
not-
where
I'm
the gate
sorry.
sets up there
I
now?
was like,
Yep.
Just going straight up through there, just coming up
It
around
is
on
this
the,
way.
Yeah, we-
on the north side of that hill?
Yep, we'd come around, drop through that draw, and you can just grade that around there pretty nice.
That
But
drop.
you would come out, like say, to do that, you would come out between the schoolhouse and the arena there, which would
Oh.
still be all on your property.
Oh, okay.
Come around that way and you just come right in
The
there.
rest is on the other side.
No,
Yeah, 'cause there is a gate right there
On the
on
very
the
top.
east, no, right by the well,
Okay, yeah,
on east of the well, right where she has that piping ran to keep the arena area, there's a gate right there at that corner.
yeah,
And stuff on the
Yeah.
east corner right there, basically,
Yeah.
the northeast corner.
you know, and I didn't know where the property line was there, I never looked at any of that, but I just thought that would give you guys steady access in there, and then, and that's gravelly enough, even when it's muddy and wet, snowy, you're gravelly, you should still be able to get through there pretty good. And it wouldn't be as steep as coming around that other way. Coming
Yeah.
around that other way, when it's icy, it's kind of an SOB.
Yeah,
Can be,
yeah,
but
So Todd and Randy, I'm looking at the map right here, so that gate that you're talking about in that northeast corner of the rodeo grounds by the well, east of the well, is that where you're talking about, is coming up this way and then coming
yeah,
around?
there's a gate right here.
Yep, yep.
So, if we come around through that gate right there, is what he's talking about,
And
come
then bring
around,
it-
up around, and tie it in up
So
to there.
bring it around like this,
Yeah.
so give us a better road, is that what?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanna make sure I'm understanding it.
it's not like where's the schoolhouse?
Where's the,
Right here.
okay, where's the below ground tank up, it's right here then.
Yeah, so see, I'd be coming this way with that road.
Mhm.
around
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
And it just gives us better access and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, would we fill that to make it so it's not as, cause there's that couple sections, it looks like it's pretty steep going up through there.
That's where I got that mini X, and I just come through there with that, kinda,
Graded off.
I got,
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
I mean,
And is the plan to come this way and come just straight across, is that what I'm understanding too?
Just come
Just
up
come
Main
in and
Street.
come
yeah,
up
so then you'd have to use your main street and then
Yeah.
through that,
and then through that, okay,
to get through that.
understandable.
And when I looked, yeah.
Okay.
Just a thought for, and it's totally up to you guys, and then,
And just so you know, if I go up to the well, or up to the tanks or anything, I open and close gates,
yep,
and
nope.
and behind me, so,
There's been several instances, one night we had the bulls out.
I heard about that, so, I'm not that.
I get a little mad when my bulls are running down the county
Yeah.
road.
Understandably,
I do have one more question, if you don't
Oh,
mind.
yeah, go right ahead.
Alright, so if you put that road in, gravel access, I'm not gonna call it a road,
Yeah, it's
cause it's
just
not really a
access.
road,
No, it's
gravel
not a road.
access. Is that something you're gonna maintain then? I'm just asking the question, because if it's
No.
coming, nope, okay, so you put it in and then we'll maintain it.
That's up to, yeah, I mean, all I'm doing, this is just doing this for you guys,
one-time deal.
you know, I'll
Gotcha.
get the road in, I'm just doing that just because I would like to see you guys, like I say, there's different times When I just soon you weren't driving through my pasture.
Yeah, and, well, when it's,
That's what it
when
does.
it's muddy,
Gotcha.
we can't drive through there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it just
You can
bogs
try.
it out.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
I mean, you can make it with change,
Yeah.
but it can be done, but this,
They prefer
this
not
just
to.
benefits
And
you
it's
guys,
often-
not me at all.
And
It's,
as often as it's traveled, I don't see much maintenance happening on that access, it's just gonna be like a driveway.
Gotcha, no worries,
Yeah, it's
okay.
not gonna be-
but there's times, you know, I know like Todd and different ones before have tried to get a hold of me to get permission to come in through there, and this way, you guys do as you damn well please.
We have the guaranteed access, and then we don't have
Yeah,
to
cause
worry
you
about-
own the access.
Gotcha,
That's
okay.
all on you, so.
Well, the only reason why I was asking that piece of it is because then, you know, when you talked about leasing the land, well, then the question then comes into that leasing piece, well, how much do you really have to pay if you're maintaining it? That's all I was kind of wrapping around
Okay.
in my hand.
Out of curiosity, does he even have to have the lease to put the road in?
Well, technically, no, but we're kind of just in it, it's really not, I wouldn't call it a road, I would just say
Or
that it's
It's a
kinda like
driveway
a
access.
driveway.
access.
With-
Technically, no, but he is interested in.
Yeah, I was
lease.
kinda
He's
interested in leasing it.
Interested in
Okay.
leasing, so we put it out there to the public that if anyone was interested, they could come and, share their proposal.
Yeah.
So, but this is, it's kind of benefits both of us and he's willing to do the work, so.
Yeah, and that's why I asked the question about, if he was gonna maintain it versus just installing it, because then you can work some of that into the lease cost and say, well, then there's no cost, because if you're doing this piece of it, that compensates for the, that's all I was asking, it's really just to kind of think through the different.
I mean,
How to
and
do the
we could
lease.
do something to where, in lieu of the lease, I'd run over it once a year or something, just kinda
Right,
do that part. I mean, whatever works best. I just, one of my concerns is, I don't know, you know, we get bulls and different heifers and different things in there at different times, and road has been really good, cause we haven't had any problems with the horses next to us, but kinda like to keep my herd clean too.
So Randy, how many years are you looking, for the lease?
Oh, I would do whatever works, 5, 10, 15, whatever
Okay.
worked for you guys. And like I say, I'm not trying to cause Rhoda a hardship.
Oh, no, you're, yeah,
Um, I'm not trying to butt in on her business or what she's done with you guys or anything, but, if she is gonna lose the lease, I guess, or she wasn't paying the lease, I guess I'd heard, and it was gonna go
Well,
up.
yeah, the
I
lease
would take it.
expired, it's expired, and so there's not a lease in place right now. And
Okay,
when we held that public hearing for the lease, the interested party didn't show up to the hearing. Twice, when we had both times, so we had 2 hearings, and, so we just said, hey, we'll just open the lease up, if anyone else is interested, then, so.
and like I say, I would probably, if I had the lease, I'd probably still just let her kinda use that. I might open that up. It's got it kinda closed now. I don't have access to them, through that Main Street deal, but, so we just work with her a little bit. Everybody gets along, it's a little easier.
Anyone else have any questions?
nope, I think you answered all mine.
So, how does this sound? So next month, I can put the lease on the agenda for cause we have to have a public hearing, because it's public, the town's property. For a public hearing, and then, let's say June, we can have the lease ready, at least for review, if, you know, or signature at that time, so we can kinda look at a time frame like that, if that's okay.
Sure.
And it's no rush, but it just kinda gives us some marks on the wall and like,
And just a rough drawing on it, since it's not gonna be a platted road, it's not gonna be any certain specs, just an idea so we can kinda see how it's gonna go. I mean, once it's on your property, it's on your property, you know, it's not my, but that way we have an idea how it's gonna go, and so Todd knows and all that kind of stuff too.
Yep, and, oh, Ray might know more about roads than I do. He might throw a clue in there.
alright, so for May's meeting, which will be May 4th, May the 4th be with you. We will have a public hearing on that lease,
Okay.
and you as the interested party, and so, and then from there we can, work out the details of the lease to get ready for approval.
Okay.
So, we'll put you on the agenda for next month,
Alright,
alright? Alright, thanks so much,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, Randy.
alright.
See if I can go call the boys truck.
Oh, Brandy, let me wait just 1 second, you're not released yet.
That don't sound good.
Okay, so on our agenda for this evening, we have the resolution for the, opt-out and inclusion of the municipal taxable valuations to support the fire protection. So we have the resolution to allow the citizens to vote on that, okay, so it's not a decision from the town's perspective, but do you have any information that you're aware of that you can share with us?
Well, if you read the Custer paper, I was the only one that voted against the opt-out. The biggest reason they're doing the opt-out is Matt Spring is wanting, a boatload of money, and he's wanting to build an $8 million fire hall in Custer. And this money's he's jumping up his percentage of what he's taking.
Yeah,
And so, I mean, that's probably the biggest reason. Our budget for the fire hall is $28,000 a year, and we get by with it plumb good. But we're a little more rural than Custer or Pringle or Argyle,
right,
but our budget will go up to $70,000, damn near $80,000 when we're done. And really, I don't know if we need that much.
okay,
I mean, my opinion, we get by pretty. I mean, most guys I got on the fire department are mechanically inclined, and so we kind of keep our own equipment running, and we don't have the houses to cover that them guys do. So I see what they're up against on wanting, but I think they're a little carried away on their asking price. But that was to cover what Matt Spring needed up there. I think that should be.
But we're getting a long time right now, Randy.
Yep. I mean,
If it goes into effect, so it won't negatively impact the fire department, it'll end up netting you more money, but the amount that they're asking for, unless I read something wrong, was like $380,000. You just said 8 million, I didn't see anything about 8 million.
oh no, Matt Spring is trying to come up with the funding to build an $8 million fire hall
Uh-huh.
in Custer.
In Custer itself.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He wants to have housing in it and wants to, and
Top
so,
notch.
so Custer was gonna opt out, they were gonna go district. The Custer area was gonna go district. They couldn't get it done, they couldn't get the votes for it, and they couldn't get it done. The commissioners had the power to put that on the election without making Custer go district. Now, 3 years from now, when this is done, they're trying to get set up so that Custer can go district.
yeah.
So if we vote against it, does that prevent them from being able to go district, or does it hurt?
No, it has, all that does is keep your taxes where they're at, and it will force them maybe to go district sooner, maybe not. That's their ball game. Now, like Fairburn's already a district, so it's not gonna change their tax base any. Battle Creek's already a district. So we've got Argyle, Buffalo Gap, Folsom, are the main ones, and Pringle are the
So-
main ones that it will affect.
So when you voted no, was it a fire board, the Custer County
Yeah,
Fire Board?
fire advisory board meeting.
And then how many firefighters are on that advisory board?
One chief from every department.
And that's how many?
Oh, what is there, seven
Seven.
fire departments.
And they didn't wanna listen to you, you're the only one carrying the no.
Well, we had one earlier that summer, and there was quite a few no's on it, and then everybody got kind of tired of the fight, so they just kind of went along with it. But I'm kind of hard-headed, so.
I don't know what that's like at all.
From the paper, what I understand is, and they used a $400,000 assessment value, it would double the amount. So it'd go from about $79 a year to $150 a year on $400,000 assessment value of a
Yep.
home.
They took the maximum, which was just doubled. I'd have been more apt to vote yes on it if we'd have went, a portion of that, but Matt Spring was pushing to get the most money he could. His budget will be $500,000 a year with what he gets from the town, and what he
Really?
gets from the county.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
But we are
That's his call.
reading that resolution, this evening, but it does allow the citizens to vote on June 2nd, whether to opt out.
Yep.
Or,
you know what I mean? I guess I'm just against higher taxes, and
yeah.
that's,
What do the more taxes do for, like, if you voted yes, we'll say to it, it just gives you more money to run the fire hall? Is that right?
yeah, my budget would go from 28,000 to 78,000.
78,000.
That you don't need.
We really don't. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, it'd be nice. We could sure drive some fancy trucks around, but
So that's,
we kind of like them old trucks better, anyways. They get around better than the rough country.
That's probably why they did it that way and made it where you get some of this money, because if you got no money, or if they took some of your budget, then obviously that would be no. But, so they had to, schmooze it a bit by saying, okay, each of these are getting a little bit of that cut.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's appealing if you get a little bit more.
that's,
And I mean, it's been a conflict with Custer for years, because Custer does have higher valuations, more people, more everything, but we've always been a county-wide fire department, so you always kind of divvied the money up between the county, kept everybody operating, and everybody helped everybody. They're just kind of wanting to get a little more modern and more advanced up there than we are, which with the population they've got, I can see a little bit of it.
so if they go to districts, you would be in charge of getting your funding for your district, and it would have zero effect
On the county.
on the county. Like Custer could raise, or whatever, Argyle could raise $1 million for their district, and you would not get any of that. That's their district.
We would, yeah.
You just have and people, they may or may not do that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
okay.
Now, the problem with going district, if you have a major fire
Hmm.
and you're a district, you're no longer part of the county fire department. Say you have a $3 million fire,
Yeah.
then it's an emergency levy. They can levy everybody in that district to pay that money back. Whereas otherwise, the county splits that up and takes care of that out of their budget. But if you're in a district and something major goes by, then the people in that district need to pay that back. And so they can, that's the only way they can go above the index, is if there's
And
a
so then
major
are we-
catastrophe.
Taxed for that?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're in
so
that district.
we're in the district, huge fire goes through, and you end up spending $3 million to put that fire out.
Yep.
Then the people in the district get taxed extra to cover that $3 million.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
depends on the fire. I mean, if it's a fire from like federal lands, then there's some federal grant money that can come
Yep.
in to pay it down. It all depends on some other factors.
There's a lot of deals can come into play if it's
Yeah.
over so many acres and over so much, and the state comes in or the feds come in, then they can pick up a lot of that cost.
Oh.
But that just depends how good you are with your paperwork and who started the fire and why it was started, and yeah.
So Randy, let me just add, I'm just gonna be straight up. Should we vote in favor or against this resolution to put it on the ballot? I tend to always want voters to have an opportunity to say yes or no on something.
Oh yeah,
So say, let's put it on the ballot so they can't do any other kind of maneuvering to do something else with it. So that you're in favor of the resolution? To put it on the ballot for voters to decide?
yes, I mean, I believe it's, I'm entitled to my opinion, and everybody else in this room is the same. People can vote however they want. And I mean, I'll bring an example, like on the funding. We don't have anybody that's trained in structure protection. So we're strongly lacking in that, but it wouldn't matter how much money we have, there's not enough interest in the community to get a 8-man team that's willing to go to all that many classes and get the structure protection training that we need. So we mutual aid with Hot Springs and Fairburn. on that. And that's kind of the way we've always been. You know, if there's a structure, we're gonna do everything we can to put it out, but as far as going inside with the oxygen gear and trying to rescue somebody inside, and most of the houses in Buffalo Gap are probably, I don't know how old they are, but older than I am. and when they go quick. They're like a trailer house or an old house. When they go, if we got the foam truck and we got things, we can get on there and limit it back as much as we could. You know, I mean, like Eileen's, we saved part of that house. We had to tear it down anyway because it was smoldering through. But if she'd have been in the other half of that, we could have got into her, you know, and held it back till they got there with that.
Well, you guys saved Don and Jerry.
Yeah, got that. You know, I mean, so our first response is critical on a house fire, especially on these older houses. But
Put the fire out.
get the fire out, but the structure protection and the oxygen and the gears and the packs and everything, the training on that's pretty extensive, and we don't have that. So
Alrighty.
these other departments, I will say, they probably need more funding for some of them SDAs and some of that. So some people might not agree. They might want to opt out and maybe get some people that want to train on that more, but
I know part of not letting people go in houses without the training they need is so much of this carpets and stuff like that, once that gets burning, that puts out a poisonous gas. And like Randy said, you probably need an extensive amount of training to be able to go in and do that. Your
As well as the
CBAs and stuff
equipment.
like that.
yeah, keeping your equipment
Yeah,
updated and yeah, I mean, so I do see where some of these other departments maybe are game to get a little more money and go that way. If they end up giving us the funding, hell, we might have a parade truck here.
Very nice, very nice. All right, well, thanks for the insight. Appreciate it. You can go now.
All right,
Thanks, Randy.
the longer I stay, the more boys get done. Thank you.
All right. Okay, committee reports, finance officer.
The disbursements for this month are higher than normal, and I have explanation for it. But we're at $22,890.82. Two large one-time this year, specifically being the city's insurance at just under $6,800, as well as Midco Diving to come do our inspection and tests and such of the water tank was just over $4,500. So right at half of our disbursements for this month are for those two bills. As far as mail call, don't have anything on that or complaints, issues, etc. Nomination packets received. I've received 3. One being Wells, the other Jensen, and the third being Hussey. I received your letter wanting to draw that back. Is
Yes.
that
Yes,
does
sir.
that stand?
That's
Okay.
correct.
I will contact county and I wanted to talk to you face to face about it
Just
first.
for everybody, in 2 years I'll be blind. So I just want everybody to know.
That sucks.
Wow.
Then they did eye surgery, corrected some of the stuff, but the rest of it isn't too bad, so sad, so. So you see me walking around with a white cane, I guess.
Okay, I will contact
Yes.
the county and make sure your name is not on the ballot.
Okay, that works.
Okay. Understood. Election day will be on June 2nd, 2026. Our municipal election ballot is gonna be on the same as the county ballot there, so, that'll be held on June 2nd. The malt beverage wine licenses, I haven't received the applications yet, but, talking to Christine in the past, they are usually getting here about now, so once they are here, we'll get those out and get them Any questions?
What
On the
are the
election,
Mount Bedford stuff? Are they applications to like renew?
Yeah, they're renewals.
Oh,
They're
okay.
renewals.
is the election gonna be held at the community center or here at the main building?
At the community center, I believe, is where.
That's where they've
it's
been
held
holding
here,
it, so,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just curious.
yeah.
Okay, Todd, you're up. Water and sanitation.
Well, things are going good with the water. I did get a contact today, and I gave Eric your number from, Black River.
Yes, he did call me tomorrow morning. He is going to be here at 8 o'clock to look for a site so he can stage equipment,
Okay,
construction equipment. And what I was gonna do was show him the lot that we have over
Where-
here.
mainline used,
Yep.
that's what I told him too.
Okay,
When he
good.
talked, I talked to him, I said, that's where they used,
Yeah.
but I will make sure to stipulate that they park their equipment and everything, so they can come right off the alley into that lot and not come across Tom's land.
Right. Yeah.
So we don't have a conflict of things with Tom for that.
So, yeah, so he'll be here at 8 in the morning. We're gonna meet here, so if you wanna join us, you can.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So, but we still haven't had the pre-construction meeting, so I'm not sure, maybe he has a little insight, but I know we have to have a pre-construction meeting, do a walkthrough and all that first, so we
okay.
haven't had that yet.
And we need to let him know that there's 2 hydrants that we have to have replaced.
Yeah,
The
and
one on,
that's,
the one on Third and Walnut,
mhm.
and the one down here, by, Poplar.
Yeah, and that's stuff that we have to discuss during the pre-construction meeting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you talking about the one right down here, or the other one?
no, down by Perry Arnett's place.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, this one's not that old.
No, we put that one in.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what the heck happened there?
No, we got one down on, by Perry, and that's down there, that the seat never sealed up, and so it stayed full of water, and it froze. And so it's all kinds of little cracks, hairline cracks in it that wants to spray water out of it, so it shut totally off.
Alright, and then you have the expo this month,
Yes,
and then, are you taking the check to pay there, or you're mailing the check?
I'm gonna mail it.
Okay,
I've
got
got
it.
it to be signed tonight and it'll get mailed Wednesday.
And anything else?
here within the next 2 weeks, I'm hoping to be going around starting to get all these meters replaced
Okay,
and getting them updated so we have the readings going like they should be.
yeah,
And I need to contact the county guys again, or contact them to see if I can get a day where I can get in there and change that one out and put the new meter onto that place.
yeah, okay. Alright. Roads and grounds.
Really don't have anything. I was hoping for a couple feet of good, wet, heavy snow, but
And then we need
it.
even 6
Yeah,
inches.
all of us would like to see that.
The only other thing I was thinking of was, the quotes on that.
I was gonna bring that
Compressor.
up when you, during this, that, I had the quotes in here, but I was overworking at the office and they must be on my desk, but, I wanna get that approved tonight so we could go ahead
Oh,
and
okay. Okay.
get them done. So Steve had quotes for an air compressor, that were pretty fair quotes. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but.
The best one that come in was Harbor Freight,
Mhm.
and it was like $470 or something like that.
Okay,
The rest of them, I checked with, CarQuest, Sturtevants, Bumgars. Bumgars was $575 or something, and that wasn't any of the hose or anything, it was just a tank. Big A, or CarQuest was, it was over 5. I don't remember the exact on it.
Yeah.
And Sturtevants, I didn't even ask about, cause right off, he said it was $1,000 or more just for the tank.
wow, okay.
But, Harbor Freight up there it's a 27 gallon tank. Pretty much, I had a price on hose and fittings that we needed, and it come in to about $470. And I don't remember what the name of the motor was on it, but I was telling Matt, probably for no more than we would use it for, it would probably hold up great for us.
Yeah.
So
And
he
the
had
reason-
everything needed for it to be ready to go for anything. he would use it
Turnkey
for.
operation.
With a Predator motor, which is a Honda,
Yeah.
I mean, just without the name,
What's the
So-
pressure?
it's a good,
Air compressor.
No,
Well,
what's
then
the
they can buy
pressure?
those extended warranty.
It'll run for 200.
You get an extended warranty, they're pretty cheap too.
it's true, that's,
Yeah, free.
But yeah, you're not gonna use it but a few times a year, so it's,
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
and Jordan's the one that turned me on to that because his boy has an outfit in Rapid, and he bought one back 2 or 3 years ago and said he's had great luck with it.
Okay,
And then, like I say, no more than we would use it,
yeah.
it'll probably last 30 years.
Mhm.
Okay, I have one thing in road, streets and ground is to establish a spring cleanup day. I'm proposing May 9th as a primary, and then an alternative date is May 26th. I just noticed the last time we had winds, we've got a lot of just limbs and stuff down in the easements. There's still some park cleanup left to do, so there's some things around town that need to be cleaned up, and so spring cleaning is in order. So I'm proposing May 9th for that.
I'd love to, but I won't be here, that's my whole life.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, building maintenance, anything in building maintenance?
No.
No, good. All right, animal control. I reviewed the ordinance, it still needs some work, in my opinion. I know you got some feedback from the town's attorney. She said it still needs some things taken care of in it, so I think we're still reviewing it. All right, community center committee.
We have, excuse me, this Saturday we're gonna have a breakfast.
Mhm.
Waffles, sausage, muffins, and scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Then, an individual contacted me and would like to rent the community center on, the 23rd for a graduation, party, but they haven't gotten back to me yet, so that's about where we're at right there.
Okay. And then June 2nd, the community center will be used for election day, so.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It
All
shouldn't,
day, 7 to 7.
yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. Now the other issue there, is there any conflict or whatever? You know, I'm not gonna run for reelection. Now, is there any issues with me still running the community center?
Well, we'll have to establish, if you're gonna run the community center, we'll just have to establish an official committee. If you still run the community center.
Well, yeah, I would run the community center and I still wanna do the breakfast,
Okay,
but yeah.
yeah,
Due to my health issues, I'm not going to run for reelection.
yeah, that's okay. So we would just establish by ordinance or resolution, I don't know which one, that there's gonna be a committee, and then how the committee, plans to operate. And it's not a big deal. It'll be seamless, nothing will change. It'll just be.
Okay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Like you said, because I'm gonna run it as long as we can, but it's, like I said, the doctor's already told me that in 2 years I'll be blind.
Okay. Alright. Okay, park committee, what's here from park committee? Alright, board of trustees, anyone have anything? I don't have anything, I haven't had any complaints, mail call issue. I did have a mail call, somebody sent an article from the newspaper about 1981 on Buffalo Gap, just a history piece. What was her name? I think her last name was Anderson. Nancy, was it Nancy? But yeah, it was an old newspaper clipping.
And just on that one, just for whatever, from April 1st, like 10, 15 years ago, they had an article in the Custer paper on, they were going to have an airline from Custer to Rapid City, whatever, for, I forget it, $85 or whatever number, it doesn't matter. But anyway, it's an April Fool's hoorah thing, but then you had to get a taxi to get back to Custer.
Right.
And anyway, Candy and I were, that morning, we got up and we were making a comment on that, and said, how stupid was it? But anyway, it was in the paper.
Yeah.
And anyway, we got a big laugh out of it.
April Fools, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, old business, proposal to open First Cedar and Poplar Streets. There was a meeting held on March 11th, the meeting minutes have been approved.
Can we get rid of that off of the paper?
Yeah, so
It will be.
they're, to close this action out completely, the first reading of the resolution 2026-03, a resolution regarding a petition to open platted rights of way for use as a truck route. This resolution outlines, the, issues that were determined and evaluated during that meeting. And it also, outlines, the things what was considered during that meeting, as far as public comment, the decision-making process. And so this resolution, will be published, to, close out the action, and no truck route will be opened for First Cedar or Poplar Streets.
That's what like a plan to me.
Alright, so. I'll take a motion for resolution 2026-03.
I'll make a motion on that.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Alright, so water construction phase 2, as you heard, we'll meet with, Black River in the morning so that they can have a site stage their equipment. We still haven't had a pre-construction meeting.
And when's that pre-construction meeting gonna be, or do you know?
I don't have it.
Alright, well, just let me know.
Yep. Helms hasn't called yet, so, I'm assuming it's gonna be soon, since the contractor is looking to stage equipment, so it should be soon.
Just so you know, they staged the bridge for about 3-4 months.
Yeah, and it could be, but he did mention when I talked to him that they were getting close, so.
Well, and just on that, just off the subject, Mainline done an excellent job on the, bridge, for lack of a better word.
Good. I'm sure the county is happy about that, so we're not getting any more phone calls over that bridge. Okay, 18, citizen request to vacate alley bordering lots 27 and 28, block 10, and lots 29 and 30, block 10.
I vote that we don't vacate any alleys in the streets or anything.
Well, go ahead, Travis.
No, that's fine. Since they haven't come here to give a proposal or anything, the most appropriate action is to vote to table it. It takes it off the agenda. We don't address it unless they come back and make a proposal. So I would make a motion to table item 18.
Okay, I agree.
So are you seconding his motion?
Yes, ma'am.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Alright, alcohol beverage, and wine ordinance, I haven't even started working on that, so. Alright, and 20, policy for donations to private and nonprofit organizations, haven't started working on that one either. One permit for the Buffalo Gap, fireworks.
I said we don't have any fireworks.
Well, I haven't heard any, public interest in it, so my motion would be to table item 21 as well.
Okay, I'll second that. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Another one over resolution, the first reading of resolution 2026-04, a resolution supporting Custer County Fire Protection opt-out and inclusion of municipal taxable valuations pursuant to SDCL 3431-3. That resolution, provides the citizens, the citizens of the town of Buffalo Gap to vote on June 2nd, on whether to opt out of the current, levy that they use to fund the fire departments, in favor of the new levy that they are going to seek to fund the fire departments. And,
I say leave it alone.
I'll entertain a motion for resolution 2026-04.
That's why I asked Randy what his thought about putting it on the ballot, and I understood, he said, be in favor of this to get it on the ballot.
Yep.
Or to be on the ballot so the citizens could do it, so they can't do any other maneuvers to prevent it
That's right.
in a different manner. So I would move to approve the current resolution.
I'll second it. All in favor?
There's a
Aye.
question.
Opposed? Sarah?
I just have a question, cause I didn't really understand until he explained it. Before June 2nd, if Randy's willing to like do informational meetings, so people in town are voting. Like I understand I don't get to vote on it, but I'm just saying, so people understand what voting yes would do and voting no would do.
You may not get to vote on it from the town's perspective, but you do get to vote on it because it's a
It's
countywide
county, so
vote.
you should be able to, it should be on your county
No,
ballot.
I'm a Fall River.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's right.
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, no, I vote in Fall River.
Okay.
Yeah, so as far as I know, we're not voting on anything in Fall River about it.
Yeah.
We have our own issues, don't we?
Yes.
But I just would say, like, until, like, he talked about it tonight, I didn't really understand it. And it, like, for especially
So,
people.
what you're saying, Sarah, is more of a informal information
Yeah.
meeting?
Like,
I
just when I would say that before June 2nd, like, just, if people are interested in it, and trust me, I've done lots of informational meetings with cattle, and sometimes you have 50 people, and sometimes you have 2. But I would just say,
If
to
he's
throw
willing.
that out there, if he's game for you guys to put something together for him to, so you understand what you're voting for, cause I didn't understand it before tonight, I'll be honest. Like,
So my plan is to use the newsletter to just write up in English a brief summary of what this resolution provides the citizens an opportunity to do. And so, to basically describe to them, if they vote yes, they're voting to opt out of the current taxation and into the new taxation. If they vote no, they're voting to status quo. So that was something I was gonna put in the newsletter for May, so that folks had more of an English term.
If you vote no,
you
on
don't
when
have
you
to
vote,
vote.
they
Got a quick explanation what you're voting on?
Yeah, they usually do, they usually
Just
put
like the
what you're
training
opting
version.
out.
Yeah, but the
Sometimes
government
they're
explanations are never
They are,
that
but
clear.
I can't help the lawyer speak, but I can only do what we can do from the town's perspective.
But you're gonna put in there that if you vote no, it keeps your tax levy the same,
The same.
versus if you vote yes on this, then you could, he said double it? Is that
It
what he
does,
said?
it
Double or
essentially,
triple?
it essentially doubles it,
I thought it was
so,
double. Yeah,
right
he said
now-
59 to, what, 120 or something
yeah,
like
so
that?
right now, if your home is worth $400,000, you pay about $79 for fire protection out of your taxes. If you opt out, you're gonna pay about $150. Now, they give an estimate, right?
Right.
So, that's what for a $400,000 assessment value, you're gonna pay $150, so it basically doubles.
So you wanna vote no to opting out, if you do not want
If you
your
don't want your taxes to
taxes
go up.
to double.
Yeah.
On just the fire piece, not the whole, yeah.
well, but I mean, you have a $6 million ranch, you're not paying probably $179.
That was just the example, yeah.
No, but that's what I mean, like,
Yeah,
it could be quite,
Yeah,
yeah, they just use the average of $400,000, so if your place is 3 million, whatever you're paying currently, look at it and then double it.
they do give the levy rate in there, what it is.
Yeah.
Alright, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Alright, public time. This is a time for citizens to discuss issues or concerns for the town of Buffalo Gap directly to the Board of Trustees. The amount of time for the discussion or presentations can be limited by the president of the board. Individuals shall refrain from discussing personalities. No action will be taken by the Board of Trustees without first being placed on a future agenda. So, anyone have anything for public time? Sarah?
So as we're all aware of the 5 feet thing that goes through the property on the road that came by with the truck route. So, I talked to my lawyer and I gotta talk to you guys, that's what I'm trying to do tonight, is one of two things. We had talked about that I can't purchase the 5 feet because it's a right of way. But if there was a trade, so because I own property on both sides of the road, and I kinda stepped it off, looked at it, and you guys could look at it, trading the 5 feet that the scale sits on in the right of way, and then just basically on the documentation, trading 5 feet of the lot. So where the scale sits, it ends basically at the end of the alleyway that goes through there. Anyone's welcome to come look and I can walk you through it. The only thing I have sitting that I would have to move at some point if we wanted to do that is I have a fire hydrant, or not a fire hydrant,
Water hydrant.
water hydrant. Is the only thing, like the power pole that they just put in would eventually have to be moved. Like at this point, to me, we would just kind of move it on paper, I guess, like the 5 feet of the scale. So it would come, the property line would come west 5 feet to take in, so the scale would be all part of 11A, and then take 5 feet off the other side, so you would still have 40 feet, and just those lots that are over there would get shrunk up into the alleyway, that scale, like where it goes. And this is just something that to put in your mind, because I want to obviously fix it. So, but the only thing, like I said, the surveyors could come out and do the whole thing, but the only thing that I have personally sitting there is the water hydrant. That would be on the now city, if it happened, on the city property. But the power pole, like I said, they just put in would be if the route needed to be changed, that would have to be moved at some point.
So, in the near future, time to be determined, we are going to, begin addressing encroachments. So at that time is when we would consider everyone's solutions, for
Okay.
their encroachments. So when that meeting comes up, then you'll know.
Will it be a city meeting, or is this like something like what I will get a letter for? I'm just curious.
No, it'll just be in a normal meeting format like
Okay.
this. But when it does come up, those people that it affects, we'll make sure that they're notified personally, just to make sure that they know
Okay.
that we're gonna begin to address encroachments. But right now, it's not on the agenda. People are just starting to get busy because it's getting summer, so it's kind of hard to get that out there for right now. So we're just gonna hold it for just a couple meetings, just to kind of get
Okay.
schedules, but, yeah. So, we're gonna address encroachments.
Okay.
Anyone else have any comments? Public comments?
When are they gonna, you used to have like once a year, once every year, they used to have like, when you said spring cleaning, I remember they used to bring people in town, they have their old tires and stuff. They had one time they gathered them up here and someone came and picked them up.
Yeah,
They have that coming up again, that anybody knows of it?
I have not heard of that, and
I don't even, maybe I'll ask Terry, I'm not even sure who
yeah.
put that on or.
From what I understand from past meeting minutes, Cheyenne Sanitation put that on, and we were able to, tag on with them. I've asked, one of the guys that lives here in town that works for them, and he said the past few years they haven't done it, there's just too many tires. So, that's the last I heard,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
They're
why
the
your
ones that
spring
hosted it.
cleaning, you always think old tires, get rid of
Get
old
rid of
tires.
stuff, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they take tires for free, does anybody know?
Usually they don't.
They used
that's-
to one
They
time.
normally don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
I just know they're doing their free dump week, I'm pretty sure it's the 22 to 24.
Doesn't Edmont do one too? Like Hot Springs does, don't they?
I think Edmond did one too.
I thought
I
Edmont
think
did one.
Rapid at one time, they had a free Saturday too and stuff there, but.
Alright, there's not gonna be an executive session this evening, I don't see what you want, alright, so we're gonna adjourn the meeting, the next monthly meeting will be May 4th.
Move to adjourn.
May the fourth be with you.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, and.
Star Wars Day.
Yeah,
Yep.
looking forward.